Do some little.
All right, bet. We are back. Episode 9 Paradox Podcast. My brother Jeff. Jeff, how you feeling?
Good. It was a rocky week. Um, Emotions up and down. Days, some were good, some were bad, some
hmm
were rainy, some were 80 degrees. But here we are, another
Yeah.
Sunday, calm, ready for
hmm
next week.
Hell yeah. Yeah, bro, I feel it. It feels like I always say this area is very seasonal. We're very seasonally sensitive. And so when weather is really nice, it feels like everyone's down for it. Whatever it is, everyone's like, yo, I want to do this, I want to do that. You can feel it in the air. Um, and then when it goes back to rainy, cold, there's like a collective cocooning. I don't know, people are just going back into their shell. And I definitely feel that, I think that's just what it means to be from Maryland. You're just very attuned to the environment around you and we kind of just bend to its will. So, but
It's I don't know.
it is what it is.
It
I
is what it
mean,
is. Yeah.
yeah, I've been yeah, I don't know. I've been really appreciating it though, if that makes sense. Like I feel like I had my first set in a while on Friday and I was just like, damn, I miss this aspect of, whatever performing, being outside, seeing a lot of the homies. Like I even joked, I was just like, yo, this is like Instagram in real life. And I feel like you need those days where you see a lot of people and it just made me appreciate honestly what we do. You know what I mean? The fact that we can do this with the people we like and enjoy it with others. And then, yeah, I feel like I just been starved by not having performed in a while or played to people. And I'm like, oh, yeah, I do this. I forgot that
Yeah.
I do this part because I
Real
just deal with a
life.
lot of the production and the social media shit. I forgot about the human, I guess, aspect of, I think, music, which is like being outside. And yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. I I guess I definitely want to start what we were talking about off cam because now I just mentioned human aspect. And yeah, just AI music and you were talking about your own experience with AI music. What did that make you think about what we do? Did it make it seem like, "Oh, damn, what we do can really be, let's say, simplified or it can be delegated to tech?" How did that make you revisit it?
Um, my view on AI has always been it should be used as a tool. There's no stopping it. Technology will always evolve and there will always be something new. So I try to practice just staying open-minded, and not necessarily turning it down because it's different and not what I'm used to, but definitely being careful and keeping my artistic integrity when approaching these things. So what we were talking about off cam was, I do song references for, I'll post them with the intention of an artist seeing themselves singing the song, then buying it or us collabing on it. Um, and that's just kind of how I go about it or how I've been going about it.
Mm,
But there are certain references or certain songs that I can write, but I may not be able to vocally represent them the best. So I avoid posting them.
right.
I got introduced to Suno, which we know is a AI music, whatever you want to call it.
Yeah.
I put the lyrics in, put a voice memo in, and it damn near created exactly what was in my head. So where now I can post it and it's a better representation where somebody can hear it, see themselves singing it, and there's a better chance of them buying it. Now, I don't see myself taking it further than a reference. Now, of
Yeah.
course, if they so choose to buy it and move forward, we're going to go into the studio and actually cut it, not use the AI. But past that, it gets dangerous. and that's waters that I don't venture in.
Is it because you just have a problem with that, or is it because you think the consequences of that aren't great? If you know what I mean, like, is that a
Yeah,
personal thing? Like, would you still maybe mess with an artist you like if they were using like AI, let's say AI backing vocals, for example? You know, like they're still doing the main line, it's still their production, but they're using like maybe maybe it was them in a different way. You know? They're like, "Oh, I'm uncomfortable with my high register, my higher octave, so I used AI to modify my
I
volume."
wouldn't mind that at all. I think
Okay.
AI is a tool, same as the microphone you're using, same as the computers that we're using to have this call.
Mhm.
I think it becomes an issue when you're just typing in words, making music and claiming that it's yours. You're a coder then. You're not an artist. You're not a musician.
Mhm.
If I wrote the lyrics, I had, the melody, I maybe played the piano and just needed ideas for extra instruments or whatever. Okay, I see where the tool comes in, but claiming it as your own is fraud in any other industry.
Right. Right.
So yeah, that's my take. I mean, what is your take on not just the AI revolution, but just, yeah, I guess the AI revolution.
It's it's tough because as a purist, I think I am a purist. I don't know if I was or not, but once I used it, I kind of was like, I don't feel like an artist anymore. It's almost like what you said. I felt like a programmer or a coder of some sort, where I was using my words to convey my ideas, which is funny because that seems more like a writer, you know, rather than somebody
Yeah,
in the sound field where we're actually like hitting the keys. Or, I mean, to be honest, people hated on FL Studio or just like that type of DAW era because people were clicking in. So
as
like
opposed to
people,
actually playing. Yeah,
exactly, like having like musicians in the studio, like, okay, if we want to play a drum line, somebody's actually in here playing the drums, or someone's actually in here hitting percussion. So in a weird way, you could almost look at every generation and production and say like, wow, this isn't really production. If you want to look at everything to its core, but I think if you look at it like that, then it's almost like what is production, you know? So that's the only thing with the AI shit that made me kind of think, because I was like, damn, if you really make something good somehow, because you can use your voice memos, you could use yourself in the code. You know what I mean?
yeah.
It's not, it could be very like a very pure reflection of you. It's just the way it's coming about that makes it almost like bro, when I was generating shit, I was like, yo, this is good. Like this is somebody would listen to this. I would listen to this.
I would listen to this literally.
You know what I mean? And or like I wanted to sample it. You know what I mean? I just wanted to get involved with it. And I think what's crazy about the market we live in now is people just want to feel good. I started to think that a lot of people don't really value artistry and like value the human aspect, because people kind of think about with day lists and like Spotify playlists, and all that stuff. Like it's very it's constant. You know what I mean? It's like, oh, more artists, new artists, more artists, new artists. It's all very vibe centric, feeling centric, rather than really highlighting the people in this. So I think we live in a crazy ass time where AI music will do really well, and it has been, to be honest, because people just want to hear cool shit. And AI artists are topping charts and da da da. And so to me, as an artist, I think it's like you said, I think it's great as a tool. It just worries me because I know that it will take off further. Does that make sense? And I want to keep thinking it as a tool rather than being like, oh, I can. Like this is okay. Like this should be normal. That's where I'm like I draw the line at. Because honestly, I don't mind generating like a drum loop. You know what I mean? It's like, okay, I like these songs with these drum loops. And with the way I produce, I'll probably just end up like manipulating it anyway. You know what I mean? And that's cool because you again, it's back to the tool. You know what I mean? Like type of argument, like it's a tool, so it's fine. To me, I think I draw the line where I feel uncomfortable is that it's replacing us. That's the shit most people don't like. Oh, you know,
Me.
like AR artists is like what people will listen to
Oh, over real.
over real artists. Like R&B artists that sound like fucking Kalani mixed with Summer Walker mixed with Brandy mixed with what I'm saying. And then it's kind of like again back to the consumer. It's like oh well this makes me feel good.
Right.
Like I will listen to it. I will da 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 da
Artists, they
da.
don't care. They don't really
Yeah,
care.
because at the end of the day, that's what the consumer wants is to feel good. With what
Okay, so
they're listening to.
what about live performances? Obviously, I mean, not obviously, but I think that is gonna be a luxury. Very, it is a luxury.
Hmm.
Everything is online. There's a lot of disconnect. Live performance is a big piece of art now. It's always been, but now more than ever.
Yeah.
So, how do you think they're gonna approach that? A Kalani performance versus an AI Kalani live performance. Is that even a thing?
I mean, I think it's a big thing in other countries. I know in Japan they have something called like Vocaloids, and it's pretty much like they're like characters. They're not real people, but they have like songs and music videos, and then pretty much their concerts will be like not holograms, but their concerts will be like videos. Like it'll be like a crazy visual show, but it's not like a person. So I can see that kind of happening, or I can also see like actual artists doing covers of AI songs because the AI songs blow up. So it's like, oh, like yo, you want to come sing this song with da da da, of this artist because it blew up and we need. I mean, that's honestly, bro, that's what a lot of people are doing in these bars and clubs. These niggas don't even make original music, or what's even crazier, they make original music, but that's not what people want to hear. People want to hear you fucking do a cover of a Bob Marley song or a cover of Boys to Men song, whatever, like. But even though that person is capable of having their own ideas and own songs, but it's just like, nah, we're getting to a point. It's like, oh nah, bro, sing the AI shit. That's what we know. You know?
Damn. So is it just our community that has a problem with it?
No, no. I think a lot of people have a problem with it. I think now we're in this like space of trying to appreciate artists. I think, or honestly, artists catching up. And what's crazy is now a lot of this shit is very formulaic. So an artist has to do a lot of stuff to break through the noise. And I remember just hearing break through the noise, and that just meant break through other people. You know what I'm saying? Like, oh, there's a lot of artists using social media, breakthrough. However, now we're at a point where it's like, bro, you gotta now compete against fake people, fake artists, people who are actually being generated to do the clickbaity, earworm, whatever. Like, they're making the things that are gonna work. They're not, AI artists aren't here to like make us think, or maybe, but they're really here to do what's gonna work in the market because they gotta be profitable. Like that's their existence. Is to be a function in like the industry, and so you're competing against people who are like, bro, when you post, you're kind of like throwing a piece of yourself out there in the hopes of it'll connect. You know what I mean? You're aware of what works, but you're ultimately like mm, kind of going based on like an instinct, like something inside, It's all yeah. So like an AI is not. They don't. That's not what you're prompted to do. Like no one's prompting that. you know? So I think that's what's tough. And I think that's why a lot of artists are turning into bots. Because they're like, oh, well, if I just act like, if I just do what works, it'll work. To me, that's a prompt, you know?
So I mean, I guess it's just multiple communities within this music industry community. Some people who like it, some people who don't, some people who use it full fledged, some people who use it as a tool minimally. And I mean, I guess you can't really be mad at anybody. I guess my whole gripe with it is those who claim that it's them
Yeah,
and it's not.
that's
I
crazy.
think that's my only problem with it is just the disrespect to artists who are actually playing the instruments and have put in the years of practice and making this beautiful, amazing music. And you just put in four words and you do the same thing like that. I guess that's my only problem.
Hmm. Yeah, it's, again, I think it kind of like, again, I don't know. I feel like the AI just reveals us like a tool like that. Because honestly, bro, when you think about it, we can search up anything. Like we can do a lot with AI technologies because it's in everything now. And it's crazy to think people would rather just like use it to not do the hard work of like maybe of like, oh, becoming a better sound designer or a better songwriter, better producer. And when you lose focus or lose sight of it being a tool, it starts to become like you try to do it as like it's like you're trying to add it to you. You know? It's like, oh well, I have AI and with it I'm the artist I want to be rather than saying like it's helping me be the artist I want to be.
Right. It's an extension of yourself, not a what, an imitation or a
Yeah.
substitute.
So yeah, exactly. And so yeah, it is it's crazy because I was just watching a video before this and it was just saying like almost like the last like overarching aspect of what makes an artist great will be authenticity at the end of the day. You know? Like that's from like a production standpoint, branding, whatever it may be. It's like how can you really reflect your human side? And I think that's kind of what's happening now. Like the more you can do that in a way that people can actually get down with that and you're staying true, I feel like that's just something we all have to just like tap into. Is like how authentic am I and can I be vulnerable with that? Because AI could never, or even if it is AI, it's just it's like a puppet show, you know?
Yeah, I mean it's quite literally artificial.
Yeah.
So there it can't be authentic. It cannot be original. Somebody
Hmm.
has to program it to do what it does. So kind of like you said, I think all it's really gonna do is expose the fake artists.
Yeah.
So I don't mind it. And in my first hand at Suno, I see where it's useful. I see why it's so valued or people that's the first thing people think of. As opposed to actually sitting down and writing or producing and things like that. Uh, I think I am gonna use it in the way that I use it. You know, still respecting the craft and like I said, keep my integrity. Um, but yeah, I'm excited to see or interested to see where it goes in the next couple of years. Like how far people actually take it.
Yeah. I uh I don't know. I like when I was using it, I was like, wow, I'm really getting through a lot of ideas, you know, because it's a very like volume friendly thing. Like you can just keep loading a voice memo, keep loading this idea, and it
Yep.
just gives you like four iterations, five iterations, and you're just like, damn, this joint's just going and going.
Mm-hmm.
Um,
That's what it took me 3 weeks.
3 weeks what to come up with the one you wanted?
3 weeks to maybe fully flesh out the idea or like like you said, it's generating the idea just from a voice memo in a matter of seconds, but two, it's giving you different iterations that you can work off of.
Yeah.
That's stuff that would have taken people, that takes people weeks to do,
Yeah.
which, that process is still valuable. Um, but anything that kind of speeds it up with still keeping, the skeleton or the original bones, I'm for.
Hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I think that's where the beauty of all like a lot of this comes is like using it as like a tool, but also like going back and forth between generating and actually creating.
Right.
I found that kind of cool when I was using it. Just I generate something and I'm like, oh, I like that bass line and like those vocals, and then I'll like reproduce stuff, and then like going back and forth and like using it as like another producer in the room rather than being like, all right, buddy, finish my EP, and just feed them the stems. And it's crazy because something will come along where it's more or less like that, where they can actually finish your project and it can. Yeah, I wonder. We're probably gonna get to a point where people are generating albums.
Yeah, and I think it's literally just gonna break into two communities. People who do that, they create AI music, and then people who listen to AI music, and then you're gonna have the community who still does, live music, live instruments, and appreciates live performances and things like that. And I mean, I'm not mad at that. If that's the way the world is going, I'm one guy. What am I gonna do? But just choose your side, I guess.
Yeah, yeah. It's what actually makes me kind of sad about it is like what people use in their YouTube videos in terms of like the music in the background, or if you think about the market of sync, in film, and like if we get to a point where
Mm,
AI music becomes so strong that it's taking that industry over, then one of the biggest bags in music is the sync industry. You know what I mean? That's how people really get, honestly, like pay their rent, pay their mortgage, da 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 da. So I'm very wary on like the regulation. I think that's the big thing in the past year or two is like, people are kind of getting away with prompting their way to a salary or to, a lot of like good ass opportunities. And
Again, I think it's just gonna be a line down the middle, bro. There's gonna be film studios who only want original music, and then there's gonna be some who don't mind AI generated, and then there's gonna be some who may only use AI generated because it's cheaper.
yeah,
I don't think AI is going to get rid of anything original. I think it's gonna divide the industry into two.
yeah. I think people will opt. I don't think whether something is original or not will stop anybody from liking it. Or like I always say
Agreed.
that because it's like I think now we're in this like, oh, it has to, originality. Wow, yeah, like everyone's for that. But I think this thing will get so deep in which people will think about the function of something. Where it's like, oh, sure, we're okay. You're right. It'll split down the middle. Original music, generated music, but it'll be a point where listen, we want to get the job done. So if Warner really want whatever something in a Marvel movie, and it's kind of like, yo, for our budget and with the success of AI music, we're actually just going with generated stuff for this one. Da da da. That's gonna be interesting because, again, it's another industry where it's gonna become completely different. Thinking about it like think about like self-driving cars. You know, it's like there's people that still get a taxi.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Which is it is what it is. It's kind of cool. Like it's very old fashioned. It's like, yeah, just call a taxi cab service, and you're like, okay. But and then some people do Lyft, and then some people are just like, yeah, I got Waymo. Like there's Waymo in some parts of DC, and it was just that was like kind of like, oh shit. And then some people are like, yo, I want a driver. You know what I mean? I want somebody driving me. Like that's. And then some people are like, nah, as long as I get there. you know? And I think life will become that. That's what's kind of like as somebody who's on the side, of I guess humanity, where I'm like, yo, like let people like listen to music from people. And then some people are like, nah, I just really like this. Or I'm at a coffee shop and they just play straight generated pianos and soundscapes, and that's what you like.
The
And
consumer, like you said, the consumer doesn't care. They might be the same way that some people prefer one genre over another. There's gonna be some people who I like this better than this. I don't
mhm,
think you can stop that. Um, but I agree. I think that's where the world is headed. I don't think it's either good or bad. It just it is what it is. Kind of like you said in the beginning.
yeah. Would you ever like generate uh like would you ever have your own artist? Because I've seen a lot of people in the industry get their own AI artist.
What's the point? Like I get the point. It's quick. It doesn't talk back. Like I get it. But if I'm gonna go through all the trouble of creating a fake person, like I just go get a real person. That's my thought process. I enjoy artist development. I enjoy coaching somebody. I enjoy that. But
Yeah.
some people may just want to speed up the process.
Hmm.
I mean, that's up to you. I would never do it just because I enjoy that process. So no, to answer your question.
Okay. No, that's fair because I've seen a lot of people who are like they're already up, like, and they just get AI artists. And honestly, bro, it's kind of like a cash grab to me sometimes because it's like if that artist does really well, then you get royalties from a person that's really just you, and now you're getting, you know what I mean, the royalties of somebody who has like a 700K monthly audience, and
Or
does well.
it's
And
what game are you playing? It's like the stock market. What game are you playing? Are you playing the short and cash grab game? Okay. Are you playing the long game? Like it's just what game are you playing?
mhm.
And you can't get mad at the players. Can't get really mad at the game. I don't know. I think you just have to detach a little bit. Really, just are you doing what you like? Are you get what I'm trying to say? Like,
Yeah, yeah, yeah. You gotta be real about what you want, like your identity to be in this.
yeah,
And for some people, they look at this shit as cool. You know what I mean? Times are changing. Keep up with the tech. And I think people just want to express themselves, and that if that means using it in ways like this, then it's cool. I also like just keeping an eye on things and us not losing ourselves within it. And what sucks is this world is controlled by profit. You know what I
yeah,
mean? And so that's why I think stuff like this is very important because it's like let's not get too profit driven and like lose our ethos of creativity and expression. That's why I was like, I did try Suno because I was like, okay, this is a thing that is a tool. So out of curiosity, I will try it. And then I stopped. I was like, you know what? It's cool, but it's not me. And that's me
right,
though. You know what I mean? And I think everyone deserves to have that time. Again, it's just that people are about their pockets or
yeah,
people want, again, maybe for reasons that don't fulfill the art or don't fulfill
e-
the expression. That's where
exactly.
I'm kind of like,
But that's never gonna change. It's never gonna
yeah,
change.
that is true.
Like I can't lie and say that using Suno, putting in my lyrics in, my production, or even if it's a YouTube beat, putting in my idea and having it generate something that I can't easily replicate myself, I'd be lying if I didn't say that is valuable.
Yeah.
But the way that I move, I'm not going to release that and say that this is my AI artist or this is my work because I just don't rock that way. And
Hmm.
this isn't a cash grab for me. This is my life, So you think the same way. Some people, like you said, they're just having fun or they may generate a song for their personal use. Um, it's like the stock market. It's like you can't worry too much about somebody else's game or what game they're playing. You just have to clarify the game you're playing, and yeah.
Yeah. I think a lot of stability in music or as a producer or whatever as an artist comes from being I heard somewhere like being ruthless with your identity. You know what I mean? Like just being really honest about what you're here for and what you're doing. And I think constantly educating yourself where, you don't want to be someone who's just like, "Oh, I heard somebody say something about this, so that's what I believe." To
Mm-hmm.
really look at yourself and be like, "Do I like this?" Am I okay with my biggest song being an AI generated song? You know what I mean? Or like
Right.
whatever it may be, but really be honest with yourself about what, how do you want to conduct yourself in an ever evolving, like fast world. And even what, the music industry is changing, it seems like every couple of months. So yeah, I always appreciate talks with AI because it really racks my brain because I'm like, I like using tools that makes me make cool stuff.
Yeah.
We're all for that in building our world and whatever, but it's almost like at what expense? At what expense to my identity? You know what I mean? Like,
Exactly. Exactly.
and that's different for everyone. So,
Exactly.
yeah.
So I'm no longer gonna get worked up about
Yeah.
AI, the new things that come out. I'm not, because I know that there are still people who hold the same values as I do, and all this means is there's going to be a break off of different communities who value different things. The same
Mhm.
as every other industry, the same as the world in general. I was looking at it from my lens for so long, like, oh, it's not real music, it's boom boom boom, but I'm only thinking of me and my people.
Mhm.
And the consumer is they may not care. This literally may be an issue that I have. You know what
Right.
I mean?
Mhm.
So it ain't no reason to get worked up. Do you keep doing you, and the people who resonate and like what you do will find you. I
Right.
mean, it's simple as that.
Nah, bro. I appreciate that message for real because we all need to hear that. And yeah, bro, AI is not gonna do nothing we don't prompt it to do for now. So
For now.
for now. All right, bro. That's the end of this. We'll catch everybody on the next episode. Peace.
Happy Easter, man.
Oh, yo, happy Easter, for real.
Easter.